Since Hailey Bieber's rise to fame, she hasn't had the best encounter with the paparazzi, as we'd expect with most celebrities. But this week, Hailey has been getting called out all over TikTok after a recent clip of her on the Call Her Daddy podcast is sort of contradicting her actions, because she's getting called out for multiple clips where a lot of people think it's clear as day that she's going out of her own way to call the paparazzi on herself, yet complaining about it a couple of months ago.
I know I said I was gonna give Hailey a break, but I saw the clips of her calling the paparazzi on herself today and I thought they were funny. She's always complaining about paparazzi she's called herself.
I hate when people are like, well, you asked for this.
Now, before we get into what Hailey had specifically said about paparazzis in the Call Her Daddy podcast, let's talk about some of Hailey's past encounters with the pops, because it's actually bizarre. Some of Hailey's most viral videos in and of itself are of her paparazzi clips, such as the one that I'm sure you all seen where she almost runs into a wall, trying really hard to just hide away from the paparazzi. And a lot of people have had some things to say about this clip and overall just about the way she approaches the paparazzi over these last few years. A lot of people on social media have been saying things like she shouldn't even be trying to think she's the main character, especially when she's with someone more prominent than her, and the paparazzi are really trying to take pictures of them, not Hailey. And honestly, just a lot of people calling her a nepo baby and saying that she doesn't deserve the fame that she has. There was this clip where Hailey was even getting called out for taking the parking of the handicapped spot.
Hey Hailey, how are you? Are you guys gonna stop parking in the handicap spot? Or have you talked to your security about moving the cars while you're in Pilates?
And also this clip that adds on to the frustration Hailey seemingly has had with the paparazzi, where she feels like they've been invading her space.
Guys. For real, can I do anything by myself if I just look in the camera through the window? It's really unfair.
Sorry, Hailey. We'll
I
stop.
have the shades down for a reason.
Sorry about that. Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Don't worry. We'll stop.
This is a personal
Yeah.
me thing. I really don't want to do that.
Sorry.
Now, aside from all of this, Hailey did hop on the Call Her Daddy podcast a few months ago. This whole episode went viral, and one of the things that Hailey did touch on was her struggles with the paparazzi, given the size of the fame that she now has, especially after being married to Justin Bieber. Hailey was asked by Alex Cooper, the host, on how she handles the pressure of being photographed for the world to see almost every single time she steps outside. And then Hailey describes how she fantasizes about attacking the photographer's cars with a baseball bat.
Bash my head of like getting out with a baseball bat and literally destroying their car. Like I literally sometimes it makes me just so annoyed that I'm like, one of these days I swear to God I'm gonna get out of the car with a baseball bat and I'm going to like destroy their. This is a hypothetical situation, by the way.
Logistical, she's being hypothetical.
I just like.
Hailey acknowledged, saying, "I didn't ask for grown men to follow me around with cameras, but I do understand that it comes with the territory," referring to being a public figure. Well, now that we're all caught up with that and everything she had to say about the paparazzi in the Call Her Daddy podcast a couple months ago, her clip is now resurfacing all over TikTok, you guys, with people calling her out for her contradictions. After having said that she didn't reach this point of her life to want to have grown men following her around with cameras, this clip, where many people think she's asking the paparazzis to take photos of her down the sidewalk, is also going viral.
Video proof that Hailey Bieber calls the paparazzi on herself. Wait, I'm crying. So I know you're like, Shelly, what are you talking about? This is not new. All the celebs do it. You're stop being so naive. But I'm the kind of person that I need to see it to believe it. And this is so cringe, especially when in the past she said things like this.
I hate when people are like, well, you asked for this, because it's like, I don't think that's like a real thing to say. I didn't ask for grown men to follow me around with cameras, but I do understand that it comes with the territory.
Don't get me wrong, she is not the only one that does it. I know everybody does, but this is the only video that I think we've seen of it happening in real time. So without further ado.
It could just be right here, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Perfect. Thank you. Can you do the sidewalk? Yeah, you got that one. Thank you, Heidi.
I mean, people noted how Hailey went out of her way to get out of her car and go down the sidewalk and pose for a bit just for the pops. And while some people think she probably may have just stepped out of her car because she might have been just so fed up with the pops at that point, maybe they were just following her for too long, there are some saying that she had to have gone out of her way to call the pops herself, because another clip also went viral after this and people were just convinced.
And I guess I just don't really get it. Like, you call them and tell them where you are so that they can take photos of you, but then you go on a podcast and you complain about it. I couldn't find the video from this photograph, but I know another account posted it today. And she literally asks her bodyguard to move out of the way so that the paparazzi could take pictures of her in this outfit. It was also rumored that Hailey called the paparazzi on the night that she went to Craig's. Yes, the night she went to Craig's to crash Selena Gomez's Rare album release party. And instead of taking pictures of Hailey, they took pictures of Selena. And this was the only picture of Hailey they got. You tried to outshine her, and you still got. And the time that she called the paparazzi when she wore this silly Nepo Baby shirt, this would be funny if people actually knew who your parents were. And I feel like actual famous people really don't get papped that often. It's always like the famous adjacent people that get papped, but it seems like there's new photos of Hailey and her friends every single day. And it's because she's calling them on herself.
Some people found this cringy, saying at Hailey Bieber, this you. Calling the paparazzi on yourself has just always seemed so strange to me. Someone else said they've seen another incident where Hailey was supposedly calling the paparazzis on herself, saying, nope, there is another I seen of her telling them not to take pics in front of her friend's house, but to follow her to yoga. But then the other side of the table had things like this to say, saying, so she's also building her personal brand. I don't see why y'all hating so much, as if half of y'all don't pose for IG pics. So yeah, that's been the whole situation with Hailey Bieber this week. I feel like there's something new coming out about her every week now, especially since the whole Selena Gomez drama. I mean, it's just crazy, but I definitely want to know your guys' thoughts on this. Do you think that Hailey Bieber calls the paparazzis on herself and find it hypocritical about what she said on the Call Her Daddy podcast? Or do you think that she wouldn't call the paparazzi on herself and that she is genuinely tired of her privacy being invaded? Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments about this. I'd love to know. I love you guys so much. I'll see y'all in the next video.